So, on today's episode of Trying Not to Kill Things, I'm going to be finally transferring my worms into the compost bin, and we're also going to check on my squash and my strawberries that, quite frankly, are not doing well. So, I got these are like red wigglers, I guess, or they say they're red wigglers, but they're actually a little bit different than what I wanted because they're like Yersinia hortensis, and it's supposed to be like Yersinia something else that I can't remember right now. But ChatGPT slash Claude, because I don't use ChatGPT no more. Claude said I could use these, so we're gonna make it do what it do. Because in where I live, I couldn't find those. We're gonna do the best we can. Now, granted, we're also gonna keep our fingers crossed and hope that those worms are still alive. They kind of been through it. I might have took them through there a little bit because I bought them a while ago, and they like were in the refrigerator, then they weren't in the refrigerator, then they were in the refrigerator, then they weren't in the refrigerator, and then I messed around and didn't have my air conditioner on today, and I got a little hot. So we're gonna see. This was my original compost bin, and I had like some cardboard pieces and eggshells and different things in there. As you can see, some stuff started growing from whatever I threw in, scraps. So I transported some of that. This has been brewing for about 8 months. It had twigs and leaves and all the things, and put it over here for a new bin to start. See my eggshells in here and some cardboard pieces for my worms to have a little something to go off of. So yeah, we'll see. I know that like on YouTube University, there was a lot of people who had a very specific way to start their compost bin. Something crawling on me? Oh my god. As long as it's not a spider, y'all don't forget to see me freak out. What is it? They had a very specific way of doing their compost bin. It was a little on the bougie side. Listen, we're YOLOing this bin because at the end of the day, it's a worm. You know what I'm saying? What is that? Look at this dinosaur, y'all, that's crawling on my house. What is that? Somebody come get this Tyrannosaurus Rex off my house. Ugh. See, this is why I low-key don't want to be outside sometimes. Being a gardener is rough because you have to be outside occasionally. I'm going to let him be great as long as he leaves me alone. So back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by that archaic insect. On YouTube University, they had a lot of people that were very particular about their worm bins and were like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. We're not gonna do all that, okay? It's a worm at the end of the day. And I feel like worms gonna do what worms do. And if they don't, we'll try again. We'll dust ourselves off and try again. But I think the main concern right now is just making sure that the worms in here are actually alive. If not, I might have to go get me some more worms. I have some victuals for them because I have been juicing. So this is my bag of carrots and a little bit of pineapples and Lord, I don't know what else I put in here. So got a little something for them fresh to start off with. All right, let's see if they're alive. Okay, the moment of truth here. Y'all, they might not even be alive. Hello? There's like no movement. Should I just dump them in and see? Oh, there's one. Okay, they're not. There's some in there. I see some movement. Some of these is big, so they are a little bit alive. That was my first concern. Child, I'm getting ate up by these mosquitoes. We're gonna make this quick. Okay. So, from what I saw on YouTube University, I'm gonna take a little bit of this stuff, dig a little hole down off in here, and put a little of it in there, and then dump the worms on top. All right, so we dumped a little of that there. I'm gonna cover it up because they like to burrow, right? And then I guess I just dump a section on and let them crawl off in there. I feel like I should take a few. We gotta section these out. And then I'm gonna dig some here. haven't touched a worm since I went fishing with my dad, y'all. It's been a long time. Right now they hate me because they're like, why is the sun out? Okay, ooh, I'm gonna take that out. Do a little bit more carrots, cover them up, dump the rest, let them migrate downward. Child, I need to be using some of that good dirt. They already got some casts. Need to stick that somewhere. I think I'm gonna put some in the middle here, actually. So, if I haven't mentioned this, yo, I don't know what I'm doing. This is not a do as I say video. This is a watch me grow and try not to kill things video. Okay, they're already down off in there. They're doing pretty good. If they're burrowing, they have too. These little suckers move fast. All right, we're gonna dig a little bit more over here. Y'all gotta have something to chew on when you digging. I don't know why I'm not a huge fan of these pineapple pieces, but we'll just leave those in there. Move that because that's kind of hard. And then we'll take you guys and put you over here. No, there's no food over there. Don't go over there. You come here too. Oh, are you tweaking? You okay? He didn't like being touched at all. Oh no, how did I lose one? These move so fast, y'all. Come here. Okay, I'm just gonna help y'all just a little bit. All right, we gonna see what happens. We ended up with some carrots out from my gloves, but they already gone almost. So, all right, you guys, I'm kind of excited. This video is also good so I can remember where I put the worms. So we just gonna close the top and see what happens. I know they said it takes like several days for them to kind of burrow down and like eat stuff. So we'll see what happens there. I don't know why this is acting like it don't want to shut. There we go. I'm debating if I'm going to keep them on my porch or not. That's screened in. Right now it's not getting super hot outside. But I think I probably will go ahead and move them to the garage so that they can stay a little bit cooler. I don't really want them to get too hot, so we'll see. I'm gonna dump some of this worm casting on this squash, see if it helps a little bit. I mean, it's not really enough to do anything, but why waste good worm poop? It's like gold. So my squash that I bought the other day, it's looking a little bit better than it did. It took me a long time to try to pot them, and so they don't look great, as y'all can see. They are struggling with life, especially like, what even is that? These actually look a little bit better than they did yesterday, but I'm gonna water them and everything. But yeah. As for my strawberries, I'm gonna go ahead and say we probably need to have a funeral for these. If anybody wants to do the eulogy, in my defense, they were not in the best shape when I bought them, but I was just like, you know what, strawberries, they can look a little ratchet, and then one day they look great with a little bit of water and a little bit of TLC. So I was thinking maybe, just maybe, I could bring some of these back. Now all of them aren't dead, but I don't know, we're gonna see. These are the strawberries that I had last year, and they're doing okay. I need to prune some again. I pruned them back like a lot, and so they perked up and are growing. I had a berry, but he's not living his best life. But I do need to feed them, which I have not done yet. And then these are my California Wonders. Now they're actually doing okay. This one did not survive the lack of watering that it went through a couple days ago, but you should have seen what they look like before I watered them yesterday. Like, they all look like that, and now, you know, they're coming together. So yeah, this is the garden that I have. Now I know what you're thinking, girl, garden, you got 2 vegetables. Not too much on me yet, okay? We're a beginner, we're a novice, and again, we're just trying to keep things alive. That's the main focus. Now, I will say that I do have the wonderful ability of bringing dead plants back to life. I call it the Lazarus effect. So, let me just show you. This was like a calla lily. Now, I'm sure to the naked eye, this just looks like a bucket of dirt. However, if you look closer, look at those signs of life. Do you see this? Do you see this? I refuse to give up on this plant. And I repotted it, gave it some water, some TLC, set it in the sun, and it is thriving. So, do I think that I can bring these squash back? I don't know, but dagnabbit, I'm gonna try. Come on, boo. Y'all, these look so rough. I know y'all are like, girl, throw that away. I'm not doing it. So in case you're wondering why I have not planted the California Wonders yet, is because I was going to put them in the buckets like the squashes in, but I saw that they do better in these smart pots or like grow bags. So I bought some of those. Those are supposed to come in on Sunday. So I'm just trying to keep them perky and happy until I can put them in there. Because I was originally going to grow them in a bucket like the squash. So I did see that somebody else on YouTube had grown them successfully in a bucket. So I was like, say less, I'm gonna do the same thing. The key part would have been not to kill it before you put it in the bucket. But again, these don't really look dead to me. Does that look like a dead leaf to you? Exactly. Now that does. This is definitely dead. This is not. We can bring it back, you know what I'm saying? Have faith. I do. Do you have faith? I have faith. Now these strawberries, baby, that's a different story. We'll probably hold a memorial for them on Memorial Day. I feel like that would be appropriate. So if y'all want to come, we're going to have a memorial for the strawberries about 3 o'clock, okay? Bring some food. As y'all know, you can't have a proper repast without some proper food. Some chicken, potato salad. Who bring the potato salad? No, we don't put raisins in it over here, okay? You know, some of these leaves are green. I feel like I might be able to save 1 or 2 of them. What y'all think? See, you see that? There's a little green in here. I mean, most of them are dead, but I feel like if the roots are okay, we might be able to grow something out of these again. Have a little faith in me. Hey, everybody is all watered and tucked away for the evening. Have to zip my greenhouse up again. So I have a lot of rabbits and critters. It's like Wild Kingdom out here. So for me, I mostly put them in the greenhouse to keep the rabbits from eating them. But honestly, and the birds out of my strawberries. But honestly, I don't know that they really are having interest in my half-dead vegetables. Last year, I successfully grew lady bell peppers, serrano peppers, poblano peppers, strawberries, that same strawberry bush. And I had these chocolate, they were called chocolate, I wish I could remember the name, but they were these like little tomatoes that were so good. And I had a different type of tomato. I had 2 different types of tomatoes, 3 different types of peppers, strawberries, cucumbers. I got like 1 little cucumber off of there. So I had a bigger garden last year that did decent. But this year I kind of started late. So I'm just kind of baby stepping it this time. Also, I couldn't find the same products that I had last year. So the lady bell peppers, Costco had them last year but did not have them this year. I was very sad. And then some of the peppers I actually bought from a place in Kentucky, and I wasn't about to drive back over there. I just happened to be out of town and stopped by this like greenhouse area, or like a little area that had plants and stuff. What do you call them? Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. A garden center, I guess. So they had like all this stuff, and I bought a bunch of stuff. So I had a bigger garden last year, and they did okay. Especially considering I did no types of fertilizing, no types of, I didn't do nothing that I was supposed to do. And I kept them alive, and I was able to come out here and pick stuff for my food. So this year, with a little more intent now, I know we're not off to a great start. With a little more intentionality and fertilization and all the things, I'm hoping to produce a bit more, and then kind of baby step my way up to more vegetables. Because right now we be struggling, like trying to balance being an adult with like a vegetable garden. It's a lot. So we're baby stepping. We're also open to correction. So all you old school OG gardeners, feel free to give me some tips. But we'll be back on episode 2 when we get ready to try to plant these peppers. And hopefully the squash looks better the next time that y'all see them.